Good afternoon, sir.
Good afternoon, Samad. Pleasure talking to you.
Yeah, thank you, sir. Welcome to the College Dunia series, Thoughtful Leaders, where we connect with leaders from different colleges and universities to know their views on the education industry and the future plans for their respective institutes. This is an initiative to bridge the long due gap between the top management of the college and the aspiring students, which often helps the student to make the right career choice. So, with your permission, shall we begin, sir?
Please go ahead.
Okay, so to all the people who are watching this, let me introduce Provost Raj Razdan sir, who is the Provost of Tolani Maritime Institute, and he is successfully handling the institute from last couple of years. So, sir, my first question is, being the Provost of Tolani Maritime Institute, how do you strategize about the key programs and plan for the marketing and administration of your institute?
Samad is very simple. Actually, we always strive for facilitating the acquisition of the right learning, right skills, and right attitude to promote a passion for the profession, which is seafaring. Seafaring is not very common in India, and perhaps not everyone, especially in the hinterland, are aware of this profession. So therefore, what we try and generate, in addition to providing education and training on campus, is to generate a passion for the profession. So once you are here, you look forward to working at sea, and thereafter life at shore connected with sea jobs. And so it's a lifetime career or profession, as you call it. This is what we try and inculcate in our students, and we all are committed towards that. That's the key element.
That's great. Great, sir. So my second question is, with the growing need of the students to be industry ready, can you please highlight the facilities provided by your institute?
Right. See, to be industry ready in shipping, what is important is not just degree. Degree is only one part of it, right? There's a university which provides degree, but here we are also recognized by Director General Shipping, Government of India, also government from Singapore, agency is called MPS Singapore, and MLIT in Japan, which is a government agency, so that our students meet that standards. Now there's something known as International Maritime Organization, which is a UN body, which establishes the standards to be achieved worldwide, which is a common, as per there's something known as STCW, Standards of the International Convention on Standards of Training, Certification and Watchkeeping for Seafarers. These are global standards. So you have to meet those standards which have been laid down by the International Maritime Organization to be accepted globally. When it's a global business, so you can work in any company thereafter in the world. So that is the key. Now, being an Indian seafarer, it is what we try and do at TMI, especially, that we don't have to just meet the standards laid down in an STCW convention, but we go beyond it.
Right.
So that, the industry says what you bring extra to us. So we try and put in that bit extra in our students, so that wherever they go, all over the place, they are very well received. The first batch passed out the year 2002, and our students are now all over the world. In fact, just yesterday I received a call from my first batch student, and he was very happily informed me that he was recently selected and appointed as the National Manager of Rail and Marine Safety in Government of New Zealand. That's one part. On the other side, one of our students is also in Indian Foreign Service. There are Indian revenue services. Once you are educated, I mean, you can choose your field. One of my very good students, he is now radio jockey.
Oh,
You'll be surprised to know. But that was his passion. He also sails and he works as a radio jockey in his spare time as a hobby. So the world is open to you. What you wish to do is the good education and a training which is certified by international bodies, which is the key.
right, right. Sir, my next question is, what are some plans that you're currently designing for Tolani Maritime Institute and for the students?
Yes, you see, for this, we are constantly in touch with the shipping industry. There's no point making a graduate just by passing examination, which is not industry ready.
Right, right.
So therefore, we remain in touch with the industry. We get a feedback from them as to how our students are performing there, and then based on the feedback and the new equipment which is coming, you know that the word shipping on the ships are constantly getting new, better and better equipment. More automation is taking place. Therefore, we need to be more tech savvy. So we get a constant feedback, and based on our feedback, we have to upgrade our equipment and we have to keep our students ready to operate and maintain those equipment. That's very important. So the keeping in touch with the industry, getting a constant feedback and updating our curriculum and equipment is the key.
Right, sir. Sir, moving ahead, my next question is, being the provost of Tolani Maritime Institute, what is your philosophy of leadership and how would you describe your leadership style?
That's interesting. You know, we established in 1998. Our founder, Dr. N.P. Tolani, I will credit the vision of TMI to him. Okay, we follow the vision which has been set by Dr. N.P. Tolani. He also started a Tolani shipping company, and he's a great educationist. So he started with the vision of making Tolani Maritime Institute as a global leader in maritime education and training.
Okay.
So we follow what the old man had said, but in brief, I would say that is inculcation of integrity and courage, respect for oneself and also of others, cultivation of spirit of inquiry and independent thinking, development of physical and mental capacities of students, and sense of accountability towards all stakeholders. The stakeholders could be the student, their parents, the shipping company, the society at large, and the commitment to enhance the life of others in the sense of social responsibility. So these are the key. And as faculty members, as leaders here, we have to set standards in front of our students for which they need to follow. It's quite simple.
Okay. So, right when you were speaking about Dr. N.P. Tolani, who founded the institute, a question just raised in my mind. That is, when you first came to Tolani Maritime Institute, what was your vision and has it evolved over time? Or maybe how far are you from implementing that particular vision? Because you're talking
Yes.
about N.P. Tolani sir's vision.
Yes, I agree with you. See, first thing when I joined the institute in year 1999, and we had a long chat with Dr. N.P. Tolani, and he gave me his point of view I realized that we are virtually on the same wavelength. So, keeping TMI as one of the leading institutes in the world, being the global leaders in providing leadership, was the key. And for that, we have moved ahead with a good pace. Today, the TMI's name is there globally. You ask any leadership company in the world and about Tolani Maritime Institute, and they have certainly said, yes, we have heard about it. Yes, I have seen the students. Yes, the students are doing well. So that is the key. And our alumni speak for their work. And that is the key. Wherever they go, they earn a good name. So maintaining those standards and constantly updating to meet the global standards, that's the key. And that's what we are all working here for, always.
Right.
And that shall, I suppose, remain whether I am here or not here, it doesn't matter. But our legacy shall continue. And this was said by Dr. N. Tolani.
Obviously, I'm sure it will.
Yes.
So next question is, how does the curriculum of Tolani Maritime Institute ensure the best practices of the industry that is relevant in the real world?
No, as I mentioned to you earlier, that we are constantly in touch with the shipping companies.
Right.
We invite their representative to give a guest talk. That is one. Our senior faculty members, we constantly keep visiting the shipping companies. We are fortunate that there are many companies in India, most of them in Bombay, some in Chennai, or even if the Singapore and Hong Kong are the shipping hubs, or Dubai at this side. So we are constantly in touch with them, maybe through visits or inviting them, or through, like I'm talking on nowadays, online through Zoom or WebEx and all is quite common.
Right.
So we are constantly in touch and say what is latest in shipping. You ask the customer, what do you want? What kind of person you need? And that is the key. I mean, there's no point trying to create a VSC who doesn't know how to run a ship, who doesn't know the rules of the road, who will go and collide a ship. I mean, you may have any degree in the world, but then you must know how to conduct yourself at sea in a multinational, multilingual environment. So that's the key. So constant interaction with the shipping companies and understanding their needs. That is what is important. The customer needs. And trying to inculcate those things in our students.
All right. That brings me to my next question, which is, can you please share any insights into how your institute is more welcoming to students of different races and economic backgrounds?
Oh, there's no issue in that. The first thing, I think TMI is one place where there's no gender bias to start with.
Okay.
There are so far more than 80 girls have come to TMI, and I mean they are not in majority, but the global average is 2% of women seafarers.
Oh.
So we have always maintained 2% or little more than that. Not a large number, of course, but still we try and encourage. These girls get free concessions. In addition, what is important is merit. And all our admissions are merit based. There are no donation, there is no extra fees, there is no management quota or anything like that. It's just based on merit. There's an IMU CET, that's our parent university. Then we have a TMI online test and interview and medical, and based on how you score in class 12. And these CETs, that's how you get selected. The boy and girl makes no difference. Also, there are scholarships. We give about $170,000 worth of scholarships, different kind of scholarships, which are merit scholarships and or need merit-based scholarships.
Okay.
So those who are economically, let's say, not so well off, so they can work for it and get need merit-based scholarships. We also facilitate. We don't provide, but we facilitate the bank loans, which people can take and return after they get good jobs.
Right.
Yeah.
Okay. Sir, my next question is, what do you see as Tolani Maritime Institute's biggest strengths?
Oh, that's interesting and a good question. I think our biggest strength is a passion for seafaring. and preparing our students, inculcating in our students the passion for the career. That's the key. So if you love what you're doing, you will do well.
Right, right, right. I
So
absolutely
make them, prepare them, create a passion for it, and that's the key, I suppose.
right. Sir, will you please throw some light on extracurricular activities conducted at TMI?
Oh, TMI has, I think, plenty of activities. As perhaps you may be aware, or somebody can look at our website that we have over 100-acre campus.
That I've seen.
We have, so there's a plenty of space, open spaces, green, beautiful environment, clean air, clean water. Also, you have football, cricket, you name outdoor game, and we have a field for that. We have indoor wooden badminton courts, glass back squash courts, a swimming pool, boat for sailing. We have a lake on campus, and the students can have a sailing catamaran. I mean, you name it, it is there as indoor or outdoor games. I mean, I am not counting caroms and chess and these kind of small little things. But any game you name, I think we have facilities, and we keep adding one odd thing every year as per the students. There are 3 gyms, one gym in each hostel. We have 3 hostels and one gym is there. The gym was very popular, so we added the gym. We realized the squash is popular, so now we have 4 squash courts. The badminton is there, so we have 2 badminton halls. It's all wooden courts, international standards. So there are plenty of outdoor, indoor. In addition, in our auditorium, we have regular debates and quiz, inter-house competitions, or we send our students to inter-collegiate meets. There's an inter-collegiate or inter-house cultural fests. Then the Diwali Mela. We are the last consecutive 3 years winners of Inter Maritime Collegiate Cultural Fest, which is organized by an independent body. So we have been winning that for last 3 years consecutively, which is a record.
Okay.
And you see, we have, since it's a residential course, we have let's say more than 1100 boys or girls on campus at any point of time, aged between 17 to 22 or 23. So you have to keep these young boys and girls busy
Right, right.
at all times. So once you join a semester, the time flies. There's so much of activity that between exams and studies and extracurricular activities, debate, quiz, there are about 17 clubs which you can join as per your hobbies. You can keep everyone so busy that time just flies. You don't know, before you say Jack Robinson, semester is over. But in between, there's a lot of hard work.
Right, right.
I hope you get that.
Yeah, yeah. And so, what would you like students to know about TMI that they might not know already?
Okay. Is it normally when I speak to students when they join first, why do you want to join shipping? As the general question. They say it's an adventure, high salaries, good job. I'll join the ship and see the word free, get paid for it. I get questions, answers like that. Well, true. But one thing I want to tell everyone, that there's nothing called free lunch in this world.
Absolutely.
There's nothing like that. You've got to work for it. You work hard, you play hard, stay healthy and happy. That's the key. You don't work, there will be problems. Anyway, I suppose. So therefore, just tie a knot in your hair to remember that there's nothing called free lunch in this world. You work hard and the word will come to you. You don't work, you go off to sleep, you're a dead man. As simple as this.
Certainly, certainly.
We try and tell this to our students and inculcate. and I'm very happy to see that they have really understood and they do work hard. That's why they are going all over the world.
Right, absolutely. Which brings to the last question of the interview, sir. Any suggestions that you would like to give to the current youth and the aspiring students?
Oh, I just mentioned, very simple. There's nothing called free lunch. Work hard, play hard, be happy, and stay safe, especially in pandemic like this. Unusual circumstances. This never happened. I've never seen a situation like this. But stay safe, take care, stay healthy, and work hard. Whether you are here or you're online, it doesn't matter. You have to work, and thou shalt always be happy. Period.
Right, sir, right. Thank you so much, sir. It was wonderful connecting with you and talking about your experiences and about the students and the alumni base that you have, and all the students who actually respect so much the alma mater and they still get in touch with you and share the experiences. It was lovely hearing about that. Thank you so much for your time, sir.
Thank you very much. It was indeed a pleasure talking to you.
And sir, before
God
we
bless.
go, I just wanted to
Yeah,
add one more question to my list. That what
yeah,
is
yeah.
your experience with College Dunia, and if you can just show some light or show your experience, like how has College Dunia been able to add some value in the admission process of Tolani Nighttime Institute?
Well, honestly, as you know, Samad, that is the first time we have used College Dunia.
Right,
So we have been getting, you have been able to provide us some leads, especially from those who are interested in this field. So they have been applying to us, and then we are getting in touch with them. And the best thing, whether through College Dunia or directly, people should go and see the website, because all the work is now done online. There is nothing called
right,
offline work.
right,
So College Dunia has been of great help and to propagating, and I thank you for it, because you have helped us a lot in propagating a profession of seafaring in this country, which perhaps not every youngsters in the country knows that there's a great career lying ahead of them in this field
right,
also. Yes.
right. Thank you so much, sir. Thank you for your kind words. Thank you,
Thank
sir.
you. Thank you. Thank you. God bless.
Thank you, sir.